Well, I feel that physics is doing good job in improving the reputation of Oakland University, bringing Oakland University name recognition, and demonstrating that lectures at Oakland University, both in undergraduate courses and in doctoral courses, are delivered by top scientists of the world. So Oakland University is trying to be a doctoral university. In the Department of Physics, we have 2 PhD programs in medical physics and applied and computational physics. And the presence of top-class scientists in the department demonstrates that the Oakland University is really seriously aspiring to become one of the leading research universities in the United States. Well, I'm very happy about this recognition because among 12 people who are working as permanent faculty at Oakland University, 6 people are included by Stanford University into the list of top 2% scientists, best 2% scientists in the world in known specialties. This is a great honor, and we're very happy about this.
I came here, so this was first experience looking at multicultural community, and OU gave me multicultural community. I learned how to mix with each other, how to learn from each other. So that's the big thing what OU gave me. I learned from OU having patience. Like, hey, you start this journey, like have patience to wait for results. This is something I learned from that OU, and I apply every day in my life. I embark on new journey and am having great patience, and I see myself successful down the road. So these are the things you learn from experience, and these great values I got from OU. And I give credit, a lot of credit to OU for my success today. First, I want to thank you for my mom and my dad, my wife and my kids. They always have been with me in good or bad or ups and downs. But this journey would not have been completed without the support from my school professors. And I seriously want to thank you, Dr. Das. Always he guided me when I felt bad or I was down. I just knocked his door in office and just tell my problem, and he will try to solve it if he can, and if not, he will just guide me. Hey, just don't be patient. This is how the life is, and you have to learn to be patient, and things will turn out positive. And I worked with Dr. Ravashde, so that was first time I met Dr. Ravashde, and it was very, very great to work with him. So very first website, Dr. Ravashde and I stood up at OU for ECE. And actually, he is one of the nominators. So I'm very, very thankful to him for nominating me for this award. This means a lot to me. And I have been in touch continuously with him through some platforms. I'm glad, and I want to really thanks to him for recognizing all my achievements throughout my career.
Oakland means the world to me. When I think about that, what Oakland means, it brings me into the word home. And I know that may sound cliche, but Oakland is home to me, and the definition that I have is so pure because it's everything. It's where I grew up in terms of my experiences as a student, where I became an alum that was engaged, and my passion grew even beyond a student, to then meeting my wife and being able to have our wedding reception in the Oakland Center, to living in the faculty staff subdivision. It's actually our home. It really has been something that has grown through my life. So from student to professional to an alum. Well, first off, I want to thank my parents, Mike and Cheryl. They have been incredible support for me, and they sacrificed a lot growing up to make sure that I had access to being a first-gen student, and going through and graduating, I know was a proud moment for them, and I know that I hope to keep making them proud every day, but they've been some of my biggest cheerleaders, and I know that without them, I wouldn't be here today, so I thank them so much for that. Certainly a lot of my other family and friends who have put up with my Oakland fandom over the years, the ways that I've shown my spirit with all the wear that I have, and painting my face and putting decals on the car. It can get obnoxious, but I love it. And I do love the OU Grizzlies, and not just one particular thing. It's just overall OU spirit. I bleed it, and it might be a little extra. So to all my friends and family, thank you. And most importantly, to my wife, Victoria, who I met 17 years ago. I was wearing a gold mullet and Oakland tattoos on my face and a jumpsuit at an Oakland basketball game. She was definitely unsure when she first met me, but since that time, she has been alongside me. And I would not be here today. I wouldn't have the reputation of the spirit I have, flying the flag and then being the spirit person, without having her constantly as not just a supporter, but she's been with me through it all. 17 years traveling around, whether it's basketball games or dragging her in the middle of the winter to going up to Mackinac or to Traverse City. She has been such a support, and it's not just supporting me. She loves this university as much as I do, and so I know that this award very much is deserving for her as much as it is for me, because of the fact that she does it all, not just with me, but does it just as much because she loves this university.
Some of the most memorable moments in my career, though numerous, would probably have to be coaching in 2 different Olympics, in 1988 in Seoul, Korea, and 2000 in Sydney, Australia. The number of consecutive championships that both teams have won, I think it's 44 for the men while I was coaching and 22 for the women. The number of marriages between swimmer or swimmer-diver that we've had over the years, I think it's in the 50s or 60s. The time spent with Coach Campy and the men's basketball team last year in Pittsburgh, having access to the private practices and beating Kentucky and all the hoopla that came with that, and spending the time in Pittsburgh with all the Oakland University alums and students and administrators and the Oakland family. There are a number of people I'd like to thank this evening. And it starts first and foremost with my parents, Neil and Phyllis Hovland. Neither are with us, but I know they are in spirit. My sister Sue and her extended family. My wife, Lori, who's been there for most of the duration, the 35 of the 44 years together. She's been my rock. We've shared a lot of things together, and I could not have done this without her support and love. The many assistant coaches that I've had over the years, you're only as good as your support staff and your assistant coaches, and I've been very, very fortunate to have a number of them, and I owe them all a great debt of gratitude. My colleagues at the university, some of them that go back almost as long as I have, Coach Campy, Coach Gary Parsons, Tracy Huth, who I've mentioned earlier, and the late Tom Ford, our athletic trainer that we had all of these years. It was a great team. Back then, we had a lot of fun, and we truly felt that we were pioneers even before we were Golden Grizzlies. And of course, I'd be remiss without thanking and acknowledging the 850 plus student athletes that I've coached over my tenure. Without them, none of the accolades, none of the championships, none of the stories would even be possible. So thank you very much.
Dr. Helen Kovach was my Russian professor. Everyone referred to her as Mama Kovach, Mama K. And she said, Katya, you will study Russian and you will dance in the Slavic folk ensemble. I said, oh, Mama K. She says, you will dance. It changed my life. I studied Russian the whole time with Professor Kovach. I performed with the Slavic folk ensemble all 4 years. It opened my world immensely. I actually spent time working in Russia with the Bolshoi Ballet, along with working with the then Russian government on making artists from state-supported to private. So it made a big difference in my life. Carol Halstead, who was a Martha Graham dancer, made a big difference in my life. I took her class on a lark as a freshman and not only danced my entire life, but had class with Martha Graham, with Louis Horton, with every imaginable famous choreographer of the day. So Carol Halstead had a profound impact on my life. I first and foremost want to thank my parents, Ernest Eugene Jennings and Lottie Beatrice Stacher Jennings, for their deep commitment and belief that I was going to go to college. Myself and my siblings, the day we were born, they said, all three of you will go to college. All three of you will find your way. So it never dawned on me that I wouldn't go to college, but also their belief to let me choose. I was accepted in some larger institutions, but walked on the campus at Oakland University and said, I'm home. And they supported that belief. So most importantly, I want to thank them. I would also like to thank my sister, Cheryl Jennings Blanchet, who followed in my footsteps at Oakland University and took her Oakland University education on to France, where she worked for President Mitterrand and established an international life for herself because of Oakland. So I would really like to thank her.
So tonight has to be a full circle moment for me. As an alum of Oakland University and now a current faculty member, just being in the School of Health Sciences, majoring in wellness, health promotion, and injury prevention, and coming back and teaching in the same program has been incredible. Not only has it been beneficial for me as a faculty member, understanding where my students have come from, but good for my students in knowing that I've walked their path. An organization that was impactful for me here on campus was the Center for Multicultural Initiatives. They invested in me, their time and their energy, and they taught me the skills and gave me the resources I need to be successful, not only as a scholar, but as a human being as well. I'd like to thank tonight the Oakland University Alumni Association for recognizing me for this award. I'd like to thank the School of Health Sciences faculty, staff, and Dean's Office, Dean Kevin Ball, for the nomination. I'd like to thank the National Wheelchair Basketball Association for their trust in me as I progressed through my career. And of course, I'd like to thank my partner Eric, my best friend Nicole, and her mother Kathy for their support in me all this time. Without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Thank you.
As a student at Oakland University, there were several people that had a major impact on my life. In particular, there were 3 professors who reached out to me when it was time for me to apply to graduate school and asked me if I needed letters of recommendation. I was a shy, somewhat timid student, and so it was very helpful that they were willing to reach out to me and help that happen. In particular, Dr. Algia Harris was very impactful. She was the one who encouraged me to follow my dream, not only to get my master's, but to get my PhD. She made me realize that I had the capability, determination, and the fortitude to achieve my dream. As an alum, I've actually been impacted by several people as well. I've been at the university now for almost 40 years, off and on, and it has been very rewarding to work on various initiatives with Glenn McIntosh and members of the BAC board, including Anthony and Robert Thornton. I feel like we have been able to accomplish a lot and really help to bring Black students back together to the university. I would like to formally recognize and thank my sons, Curtis and Adam, and my sister Tia for their love and support. I'd also like to thank my parents for putting me on the right path and to thank God for keeping me on the right path through all the various challenges that I faced. I'd also like to thank Glenn McIntosh for nominating me for this award and to thank the Black Alumni Chapter Board for their unwavering commitment and dedication to serving OU students and alumni.